Hey everybody, so I'm Cosmic,
And I go by Dupless.
and we decided to do this today because, well, there's a lot of bruh going on. Wow, and I already cussed.
Yeah, we're definitely going to try our best not to do so.
I
So,
already
I mean,
cussed.
we're going to be editing and things like that, which you'll hear, of course, when we send this out. But that's one thing of many things that we'll be talking about in this little bit of an introduction for us and what this is all about.
We're gonna be real with you. We really don't know what we're doing right now.
Currently, sitting in an apartment, got a computer, got some mics. We're just trying to throw some things together. But at the same time, there is definitely a bigger picture here that we are, I would say, trying to tackle. And, you got to start somewhere. So this, I guess, would be our start. Okay. All right.
Yeah, you're thinking about it too much.
There's no, yeah.
Thinking about it too much. All right, so take two. Hey everybody, I'm Cosmic.
And I go by Dupless.
Now what? This is take three. So, okay, yeah, shake out them nerves. Shake them off. Shake them off. Shake them off.
Yeah, we gotta get on the motion. Take three.
Hi everybody, I'm Cosmic, and I am glad to be here today because we have some very important things that we feel like we need to talk about.
Oh, did you? What?
I'm recording,
I didn't know that,
bro.
I thought you were, dude. You didn't say. I was like,
Bro.
okay, go, because I had said what I was gonna do. No.
Woosah. Okay, so this is take 4. Hey everybody, I am Cosmic, and I am so glad that I'm here with you today because I have some things that I need to talk about.
And my name is Dupless, and I will be co-starring here with Cosmic, and we're putting together a little podcast. This is something that we've been talking about for quite some time in just conversation, but we thought maybe we could put it on the internet, and others would like to join in the conversation.
Yeah, we're definitely open to anybody's opinions. In fact, I might come into a conversation having one opinion and come out having something completely different. It all depends on the conversation and, well, listeners like you. You might come in and comment, and I might have a completely different opinion on something later on. Change my mind, please. I'm begging you.
Yeah, we see the world in a very interesting way, or at least how it seems to us, because I feel like everybody in a degree is kind of in a bit of a bubble. But I think with something like this, we can kind of expand the way that we have that bubble. It's going to be there regardless. I think it just needs to be a little bit bigger sometimes. Everybody in this world, and especially just in the country that we live in, the United States of America, we're kind of all conflicted in a situation to where all of our issues seem to be the only things we focus on. But we want to have the open opportunity to see things from different points of view, different lifestyles, different senses of just the way that people live in general. So this is something that me and him want to start to really, really get to the deeper things that we like to talk about on a day-to-day basis.
I feel like the main problem with America nowadays is everybody has their own opinions and they're afraid to kind of challenge everybody else's opinions, or maybe you have an opinion and you're just set in your ways, and that's really toxic too.
Yeah.
To have an opinion and to not be able to listen to other people and change your opinion based on factual information and other people's thoughts and feelings, there's something wrong with that. We, as America, we have to be more open-minded. We have to accept things from other cultures. We have to realize that we're not the only ones here. We're affecting everybody. All of our actions collectively affect how we as human beings live on this earth.
And it's so crazy when you really look at the big picture of how things work. Again, with this country that we live in United States of America, if you're listening to this in a different country, then of course you'd be a great additive to this. But the point that I want to make is the fact that we have to take the time out of our lives sometimes and literally put ourselves in other people's shoes. We need to disassociate everything always having to be about one thing and one thing only, having a closed-minded mindset and just looking at it from this point of view. If you have the open opportunity to look at things in an open spectrum and sometimes accept things that you never thought you could, it can help you learn more. It can help you become more accepting with yourself and the things that you may have struggles with. And I think that's something that we both want to work on, because in all honesty, this podcast that we're creating, I want to use it as a broad term. This is not just going to be a 1-point thing. This is not going to be us going, hey, we want to talk about this topic and this topic only. We're not going to go super political. We're not going to just go, talk about, certain things that we just find interest in. We want to be able to open ourselves to anything and everything that goes on around us, because even if we don't see it, it's still happening. And I do think that is a very, very important thing that we need to make sure we focus on. With the way that we're putting this together, this is the very start of our, again, podcast. But I feel like I just want to call this, an open conversation for anybody. We will have moments where we will talk about a few taboo subjects. We have certain segments for that, and we will definitely put disclaimers out when those situations come up. But for the main aspect of how we're trying to run this show, we want this to feel comfortable. We want everyone to be able to come in. And if you have a type of feeling or opinion that you may not agree with when it comes to what we say, we want you to be able to say that. We want to come to everybody respectively and let everyone have this platform as the people that we are, that do have a voice, and that just needs to be heard.
And I definitely feel like it's not something that we want to keep age restricted either. We want everybody to be listening to this. It shouldn't be just for one audience. We want to stay as open-minded as we possibly can. And we're going to try to keep it as PG as possible. But we realize that things happen, and we both know that we're adults and we have potty mouths.
Yes, that's true.
And we'll probably do some editing, but I want to keep this as natural as possible. I don't want this to feel like it's super edited. This is just two guys talking.
Yeah, we're basically just having, like I said, we're having a conversation. We want this to be open and just comfortable for everybody. And I feel like we're kind of going in on that. So we will, I guess, give you a little bit of information about who we are to a degree. I do want to put a disclaimer out for anyone and everyone that is listening. There will be no connections of who the both of us are in the grand scheme of the situation. We won't really be talking about ourselves on a personal level. We won't be giving real names or anything like that, where we live, or any type of information, just basically the opinions that we have, because again, kind of everybody has these. We're your neighbors, we're your friends, your coworkers, we're the people that are around you on a daily basis that say the things that they say, at the water cooler, but that's as far as those types of talks go. We want to be able to make that to where everybody can say and do anything that they want, and we can get a broader conversation out there into the main scheme of the world. Anybody and everybody is going to be involved in this.
And we definitely want to put it out there that we are by no means professionals.
We don't have
we do not claim
high
to be.
degrees.
Right. All of this is going to be based off of our own personal facts and opinions. I've known Dupless for God, what? Like 13 years, 13, around that?
Probably. Yeah,
that sounds right.
Around
high
there.
School. And we moved across the country, man. we're in a completely different place now, and we're seeing things from different perspectives. And I definitely feel like I want it out there.
I just think that this will be something for the both of us to kind of grow in ourselves. When it comes to different moments, when it comes to people and like having conversations and things, a lot of people have moments where they don't really listen, but they want to talk a lot. So that's something that can also help, and maybe it can help you as well if it's something that you can kind of dive into with yourself in that degree.
Yeah, I can definitely see how this is going to help us grow, especially me particularly. I just have such a huge problem articulating my words. Like, I feel like my brain kind of runs faster than my mouth can process sometimes. But enough about that. We're going to get into our backgrounds a little bit. We feel like our opinions are based a lot on our upbringing and where we came from. Like, I don't really claim a political party, but I can see a lot of where my viewpoints come from a more Republican standpoint, whereas I feel like Duplass maybe has a more democratic, liberal point of view. But I feel like we both take opinions and thoughts from both categories. We don't just claim one banner. Yeah. If that makes any sense.
No, I would definitely say I have a little bit more of a free spirit there in the sense of how I view things. I try to give everybody respect of how I look at it. If I wouldn't want it done to me, I would want to be able to give that exact same feeling back to somebody else. So in a broad sense, we do have the ability to see things in a lot of different ways. We have the sense of, I would say for me on a personal level, my morals and my opinions are sometimes two different things, honestly. Mm-hmm. The way that I may see things in a moral standpoint and the way that I fully view it is going to be completely different. So that could be a bit conflicting.
So we're 90s babies.
That too, yes.
We're 90s babies, and I feel like we're in between two generations, to very different generations, and we kind of take things from both generations and apply it.
I like the fact that me and him both are very, very hardworking individuals, but we also know how to use technology. Like, we were right in between that cusp of the technological era, us getting the computers and smartphones and everything, but our parents instilled to us in the concepts of, hard work and determination can get you where you need to in life, which I think is super important, but we still know how to get our way around how modern life works nowadays.
Right. While Duplass was born in the North, he moved down south. I was born and raised in the South. And while I claim the South and I love the South, there's so many things I love about Southern hospitality and culture. And while there's great things about the South, I realize that just like anywhere else, like, there's bad things about the place too. I understand the type of history that the South has and the reputation that we've received for it, and I understand why people feel the way that they do about the South. But I'm here to, I guess, change people's opinions. Like, not everybody from one place is a certain type of way. We need to get out of that thinking. For us to say that everybody from a specific location thinks and acts a certain type of way, for us to say that's ignorant.
Yeah, that it's not really something that you can kind of put in place, but everybody tries to do so. And I think that that's something that on this podcast that we'll be able to do is, breaking those types of barriers, those moments, like I said, the stereotypes, things of that degree. I'm a different type of individual. He's a different type of individual from what first glance would say. Just from the way that we look, the way that we present ourselves, we know how to come off very professional and do things the correct way, but our outer appearance, most people would see us and have their own opinions off rip. Everybody has those types of moments, but we definitely need to form a better way of who we are and what we do in the grand scheme of things to help those types of situations go in a different direction.
But hey guys, I realize that we're probably rambling right now, and so in conclusion, we just wanted to let you guys know we're not professionals.
No means professionals.
And if you guys have any tips or pointers, please, we are all ears right now. We just feel like we couldn't do this without jumping into it head first. So please, if you have any pointers for us, like technological pointers, or just how we're talking, please let us know.
Yeah, we're definitely looking at this in the sense of like a kind of an open rough draft. If you look at it that way, we're sending it out. It's a little choppy. It's a little things that we want to make sure we fix. But like he said, we got to jump into it. And if we're ever gonna do something, it just has to start. So I will
definitely get better with time.
This is going to become a lot better. This is going to become a lot more organized. We've got a schedule set up. Basically, in our very, very first actual official episode, like I said, this is just the intro. We want to dive into our first topic being the social media of America. What that really means, the positives, the negatives of how that works, things that you can get out of it, things that kind of consume you. So it's definitely going to be a really, really good subject that we're going to hit on. And if you like what you're hearing right now, you can definitely catch us next week on, we're going to be doing this every Thursday, but that's our very first topic.